again. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Nita. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Denise. Oh my gosh, so many awesome people are on this webinar. I'm super excited. Thank you for joining us. And this is a really cool topic that I thought a lot of people would be interested in. This is how to improve the dark circles under the eyes. So basically this area in general. So let's jump right to it. One second here. Here, let me do it. Oop.
Can't see. Can you click on the little arrow? Heather, I don't know where it is.
All right, again, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So let me just see if I can adjust the screen here. Okay, great. So here we go, under eye rejuvenation. Okay, so first of all, good news. Everybody here has been automatically entered to win a giveaway. So we are giving away 1 syringe of Restylane. So, and that can be used however you want it. You don't have to use it in this area. You can meet with me and we'll determine together where you want it. So whoever wins, I'm super excited to meet with you and figure out what we're going to do with it. Okay, so here is our event only special. So this is limited to the first 10 participants who purchase this special. And don't worry, I'm going to explain all this as we go through the presentation. But basically, we're going to give you one of our top line eye treatments, topical eye treatments. We're going to give you 100 units of Dysport. So Dysport is a competitor to Botox, and it will help rejuvenate the area around your eyes. We're going to give you 2 syringes of filler, 2 syringes of Restylane filler. And then we're going to do a special combination treatment, microneedling combined with PRP and a 10% TCA peel around your eyelids. So you can save $575, and I will help customize this to your specific anatomy. And so the package price is $2,000 for this, this treatment. And again, I'm going to talk to you about all this. I'm super excited to talk to you about this. So how do you improve dark circles? That is something that I often hear in consultation. And here is the magic formula for improving dark circles. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to improve the skin tone and texture. That is vital to improving this area, because even if the contour is perfect, if the skin's all wrinkly and doesn't look healthy, then that's just going to give away our age. So we're going to improve the skin tone and texture. We are going to address the vasculature. What's the vasculature? Those are the blood vessels underneath the eyes. So sometimes the blood vessels can contribute to the dark circles under the eyes. Also, when there's big blood vessels underneath the eyes, they can leak fluid, and the fluid can stain the skin. And so we can address the staining that occurs from the vessels. I'm going to tell you how to do that. Number 3, we're going to correct the volume deficits. As time goes on, and some people, this is actually a problem when they're in their 20s, but for most people, as time goes on, we lose volume in what's called the tear trough area. And if you guys can see me, it's this area right here. It's that lower eyelid, the definition between the eyelid and the cheek. And that little crease gets deeper over time. And you'll notice it more when you're tired, when you're stressed, if you have allergies, you're going to notice that crease. Also, as time goes on, we lose volume, and we lose volume, and that eyelid becomes better defined, and we look older. So also, I can help you determine if you're just better suited for surgery. Maybe just nothing's going to make you happy but a surgery. And I'm here to help you kind of walk through that. Now, total disclaimer, I don't do the surgery. I've never done it. So I will make an appropriate referral. But like I said, I'm happy to do all the non-invasive stuff for you. And then if we feel, or we can always talk about a surgical referral. Okay, so I guess you guys can't see me. I'm not sure why, but we're just going to go with the slides, and then you'll be able to see me during the demo. So, okay, so next slide. So, how do we improve the skin tone and texture? I've got 3 words for you, my friends. Medical grade skincare. Okay, medical grade skincare has really improved even in the 12 years I've been in private practice. Doesn't seem like that long, but it's really come leaps and bounds. And the key with medical grade skincare is it's going to help us a little bit, but it's also going to slow down aging. We need to slow down aging in this area. And like many things in medicine, one of the best ways to do this is prevention. Okay, so my team and I work really, really hard to offer cutting-edge, science-based medical grade skincare. I make the companies prove it to me before they come into the office. They have got to prove that this stuff works with scientific papers. And then my staff and I try it ourselves, and we make sure that it clinically makes a difference as well. And then if we have it in the office and we're not seeing enough bang for the buck, we stop carrying it. So everything that we carry, we believe in, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This is an easy way to slow down aging by using these eye creams every day. Now, I always tell patients, an eye cream is not going to make you look like you've had a procedure, like you've had a surgery. This is going to slow down the aging process, but it's not going to cause you to go backwards by 20 years. So I think that's really important to have those expectations. But at the same time, I absolutely advocate using a medical grade eye cream. So just so you know, when you go to the drugstore, you walk down the aisle, any of those companies out there can make any cream they want. I could take a bottle of Lubriderm and I can put it in a bottle and I can sell it to CVS and I can put on their #1 best eye cream available, makes you go back 20 years, and CVS can still carry that product. So to sell to people, they do not have to prove what they put on their labels. So just a little public service announcement. It's always good to know the products that you're purchasing, and not to say there can't be effective products over the counter. There certainly can be, but just a heads up on that. Okay, so you will see the 3 eye creams that we carry in the office right now, and we'll go through those a little bit. All right, this is a busy slide, but I'm going to talk you through the important points. So this is the Elastin eye treatment. This is what we're giving you in the promo today. I love this treatment. It has a trihex technology. And those of you who have done the Fraxel and I've given you the nectar treatment as part of the Fraxel, this is the same technology as what's in that nectar. This trihex technology, we don't really know what's in it because it's proprietary, but it has been proven to improve elastin and collagen. And the studies are really good. And then they put a bunch of other stuff in it, which are listed here. Notably, niacinamide can help with pigmentation on the skin tone. And so that's going to help with those under eye circles. Tetrapeptide 30, that's a peptide that helps build collagen. So those we know are super effective. And then the other things here are supposed to help as well. So I love this eye cream. I think it's fabulous. We also love the Epion's Renewal Eye Cream. It has hyaluronic acid, which is a very effective moisturizer. And hyaluronic acid is a very large molecule. It has to be broken down into a certain size to actually be applied to the skin and enter into the skin or enter into the skin cells. And so hyaluronic acid can be very effective in making the skin look moisturized when it's used properly by the company to get into the skin. So this is one of the eye creams that I think does a good job with hyaluronic acid. It feels beautifully on the skin. It really hydrates the skin. And then you can see the other ingredients that can help with the under eye skin tone and texture. I'm currently using this eye cream myself right now. Then we have Skin Medica Instant Bright Eye Cream. So this has resorcinol as an ingredient, which helps with pigmentation and is known to help very effectively with pigmentation. Hyaluronic acid, again, that provides moisture to the skin and helps it to look better. And then caffeine helps to make the blood vessels smaller in that area temporarily, but that will help with the dark circles by constricting those little blood vessels. And that will also help prevent pigment staining. So I love this product too. And I've also used this in the past. I used this last summer during COVID time. How else can we improve the skin tone and texture? We can use neuromodulators such as Botox, Dysport, Jeuveau, Xeomin. Those neuromodulators will weaken those little muscles, little tiny muscles around the eyes that are crinkling the skin. Now, we do this judiciously. We do this conservatively. We don't totally freeze you. We're going to weaken them so your skin is not quite as crinkly during the day, and therefore it doesn't get as much texture change over the years. So we start early, we start conservatively, and then we are preventative. We are preventative. Can everyone hear me? Someone just commented that they can't hear me. Okay, great. Someone else can hear me. So great. All right, thank you. All right, so another way to stimulate or to help with skin tone and texture is to stimulate the collagen by microneedling. So what's microneedling? You're going to find out during the demo. But basically, we use an automated pen. And so I adjust the depth of the needles according to where we're treating and what we're trying to do. Microneedling can make these little teeny tiny injuries into the skin, controlled injuries that our skin will easily heal, but when it heals, it releases all this new fresh collagen, and that will tighten the skin, improve the skin tone and texture, and decrease fine lines and wrinkles. It takes very little time to do, and the downtime is really good. It can range from as little as 1 day to 5 days. Sometimes when we microneedle the eyelids, they get little tiny pinpoint bruises, kind of like little Botox needle points. And then they'll go away like in a few days. But the first time you do a microneedling on your eyelids, you should plan on downtime, maybe of 5 days, nothing dramatic, but just something like someone might say, oh, did you have something done? They might be able to tell. Now, how else can we improve the skin tone and texture on the eyelids? We can do a peel on the eyelids, a very gentle peel. And what is a peel? We use a liquid to exfoliate the skin. So when we exfoliate the skin, it results in smoothing of the skin, texture improvement, and the pigment is improved. This also takes very little time. I'm very cautious around the eyes. I recommend a series of 3 treatments, and the treatments can be done a month apart. And I often combine these treatments with microneedling. So the microneedling, in theory, can make these little channels, and then that can help the peel to get into the skin. And what's really cool is there was a paper published last year that showed the combination of microneedling and 10% TCA peel can actually help dark circles better than fractionated CO2 laser therapy. So CO2 laser is a pretty aggressive therapy. It's very effective in under eye circles, but this paper showed that microneedling and the acid peels are more effective, and also it's just easier and probably safer in most cases because you're not using a laser. You don't worry about putting eye shields in and danger to the eyes, etc. Although anytime I work around the eyes, of course, we have to be really careful. I just thought I'd throw in a little laser slide real quick. We're not going to dwell on this, but I love Fraxel laser. And Fraxel is another way for patients who maybe have tried microneedling or they want to do something more aggressive. Microneedling or laser, Fraxel laser is something that I do on the eyelids. It uses heat to tighten the skin. And what I do is put in metal eye shields. So something that kind of fits like a contact lens over your eye. And then that makes it safe for me to laser your eyelids. And we use special settings for that. And then one other thing I wanted to briefly mention is threading. These are just different options for you. So I know that a lot of you came for information, and so I threw this slide in too. So threads can improve the eyelid area mainly by 2 ways. It can take this skin that's saggy and it can pull up. So that's one way. So we use the thicker or the barbed threads for that. Then there are little thin threads that look like fishing line, and I can put those around the eye. And what that's going to do is stimulate collagen and thicken the skin. So that will help with the dark circles and help with the skin tone and texture and help hide the blood vessels so they're not as noticeable. So as you can imagine, this is highly individualized. I can talk with you during a cosmetic consult to see if you're interested in this treatment and how it would best benefit you. Okay, next on our list was vasculature. So these are the blood vessels. Over time, we can see them better because the skin thins over time. So one thing that we can do is inject PRP injections. So that's platelet-rich plasma. It's taken from your blood. So we take your blood in the office, we put it in a centrifuge, we separate the plasma that has the platelets in it from the rest of the blood. The platelets are activated and they release their growth factors. The growth factors are injected into the skin and that stimulates the collagen to grow. When the collagen grows, again, it improves the elasticity, improves the firmness, it increases the skin thickness, and you do not see those blood vessels as much. So you will see this during the demo today. Also, I do sometimes refer out for a long pulse Nd:YAG laser. That's something I don't have in my office currently. So sometimes I'll refer out for that. Next, we can correct volume deficits. Like I said, this tear trough area, if we put a little filler in there with some Restylane, Juvederm, that will help to make us look better rested and more youthful. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. So, in summary, what are the under eye rejuvenation treatments, the main ones? So we're talking about medical grade skincare, conservative use of neuromodulators such as Botox, Dysport, Jeuveau, or Xeomin, natural approach to fillers such as Restylane and Juvederm. You can also use injections that stimulate the collagen such as Radiesse and Sculptra to lift the cheeks and improve the under eye area. Threads that lift and stimulate collagen. So you can use PDO or PLLA threads, and we have talked about those in other webinars. And then what we're focusing on for the demo today is microneedling with the appropriate use of products. And then also, I just mentioned lasers with the appropriate use of products. Now, someone asked, how long do the threads last? That's a great question. Because they are stimulating the collagen, the results of the threads are actually considered permanent in the cosmetic world. Now, that's kind of cheating because nothing's permanent in cosmetics because we're aging at the same time. But collagen will last a really long time. So I usually recommend we do a threading session and then maybe we see you back and plan to do something in a year. It might not be threads, it might be something else. But the threads will have a very long-lasting effect. And sometimes I'll see patients back in a year and a half or 2 years and we'll pop in like a few threads as kind of like a touch-up, but we won't do the whole threading session over again. The results are really long-lasting. Someone asked, do any of these address the puffiness under the eyes? No, that is a surgical thing. So the puffiness is probably, I'm guessing, Deborah, you're referring to the bags under the eyes. And the bags are a little out pocket of fat. And so the fat has to be surgically removed. Right now, we don't have anything that non-surgically gets rid of the fat completely. But oftentimes, if a patient doesn't want surgery, I will put some filler in to basically make the fat pockets not as noticeable. So we kind of disguise them, but the bags themselves will still be there. The way to get rid of the bags is to do the surgery. And another question, what percentage of hyaluronic acid should I be using? That is kind of a complicated question. It really depends on the product. So I can look at the product and help you decide. To be honest, the big question is what molecular weight is the hyaluronic acid in the product that you're using? And that can get us down another rabbit hole. But Jamie, feel free to bring in your hyaluronic acid product and we can look at it for you. Okay. So we talked about neuromodulators. Uh-oh, I lost the slides again. This program's going a little crazy. Give me 1 second. Just when I was going to show you guys the before and after pictures. Okay, here we go. Perfect. I love how every time we have technical difficulties. Okay, can you guys see these slides? This is an interactive webinar today. Can you see these before and after pictures? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so these are a few pictures we just threw in. These are Botox before and after pictures. So they weren't necessarily meant to highlight like around the eye areas, but you can see around the eyes, it just makes it more youthful looking, softer, and 100% natural, because that's the thing. We want this to look natural. We want it to look like you. We just want it to look like a refreshed, younger version of yourself. Okay, so the fillers, we talked about the fillers. Sometimes we do just the under eye areas in the tear troughs, and sometimes we do just the cheeks, and sometimes we do both. And both of those things will help the under eye area. So here's an example. You can see this patient's cheeks, and it's hard to see our tear troughs in this area or in this view, but here's another view, or here's another patient. And you can see this is an example of filler injected underneath the skin. You can see the crease of her eyelid on the left, and on the right, the crease is greatly diminished. the whole area just looks better. And these are taken with standardized photos. So the patient's in exactly the same position as the pre-picture. Okay, here's another before and after. Not only is that crease improved, but the dark circles are improved. Now notice this is a young patient. She just has genetic bags basically. And so notice her bags are the same before and after, but you really don't notice them that much in the after picture. And that's because we disguise the bags by rejuvenating that tear trough area. Okay, here's another example of tear trough filler. So you can see not only is that crease improved, but the dark circles are improved as well by putting filler in that area. And here's an example of the cheek filler. And I know you can't really see your under eyes, but by doing cheek filler, it's going to lift the full face. It's not going to be pulling down as much on the eyelid. And the whole eyelid area is going to look rejuvenated when we lift the face with cheek filler. So Radius and Sculptra would be used for the cheeks, not for the under eye area. And again, we lift the face. That does not pull down on the eyelid area anymore. And everything is rejuvenated and looks more youthful. So you can see in this picture that under eye area as well as the cheeks, just a global improvement in that area. Here's another example of before and after. This is Sculptra, our longest lasting product. It will last at least 2.5 years, but probably longer. Here's Radius. Look at this patient, gorgeous before and afters. Okay, so threading, I touched on this a little bit. So it lifts and then it stimulates collagen. Here's a young patient. So what I did, I lifted her brow up and I lifted her cheek. So she just got an overall lift of her face and she's really thrilled with the results. Here's another patient, lifted the brow, lifted the cheek. All right. So I want to emphasize that combination treatments are key. That's why we put together this package, because this is going to help almost everyone out there. And if you're not a candidate for it, I'm not going to let you use it. We'll substitute something else. But this package really can apply to almost everybody out there. And again, combination. As you saw from my slides, it's not a straightforward A to B approach. So I always recommending doing a cosmetic consult. This microneedling treatment we're going to see today, usually I start off just kind of generically by recommending 3 treatments spaced 1 month apart, but everyone's different. It depends on your changes, your age, the products you use at home, any work you've had done previously. Here again is the promo. So you get the that special under eye treatment with the Trihex technology, 2 syringes of Restylane. We can either use both of those in your cheeks, or we can use 1 in your tear troughs and 1 in your cheek. Or if you're not a candidate and want it for something else, we can put it somewhere else. And then microneedling with PRP injection around your eyelid, followed by a TCA peel. So you are going to see a demo of that right now. And and we have an event only special. It's good through today for the first 10 patients only. You can tell your friends and family, because I love it when you guys tune into these webinars. So thank you very much. But this is only limited to 10 people because it's like a super good deal. And any other questions, call the cosmetic line listed. So it's listed on all these slides. Call the cosmetic line. You'll be contacted with someone who can answer your question. Okay, I am going to turn off the camera and mic for just 1 second while we set up for the demo, and we will be right back. Hello, everyone, again. Thanks for hanging in there. This is Shannon, our regional practice manager. It's a very long job title and a very long job description. So we are going to do this rejuvenation. Shannon, can you step forward and show the audience your tear troughs? So we're going to be focusing right here and right here. Would you like to see some improvement in there, Shannon?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to we're always like really picky about cleaning. And so Shoria has already cleaned the area, but we're gonna clean it again just because I always have to make sure it's done thoroughly. Shoria, this is wonderful, thank you. Okay, that's totally great. Then do that. So the first thing we're gonna do, we previously took Shannon's blood, we took it, put it in the centrifuge, and then we isolated the PRP. So here's the PRP, liquid gold we call it. So that is going to be injected to stimulate the collagen underneath the eyelids. Okay, sure. Put it on. All right, Shannon, you're gonna feel a little pinch. I'm gonna use a cannula to minimize bruising. Right, here we go. Pinch. Now, one thing that you'll see some instant results from the fluid, but the fluid's gonna be absorbed by the body in a couple of days. So this is gonna look fabulous for a couple of days. And then the fluid's gonna go away and your body's going to produce some collagen. But what we can do today, you'll be able to see some of the results that you can expect from a tear trough filler. So this is not a filler, but it's going to give us kind of a similar result just immediately afterwards, and you can kind of see how it looks. All right, so Shannon, this is going to be a little pinchy here, a little pressure. This feels kind of weird. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of nerves around the eyes. So it's just kind of a weird feeling. But if you've ever done lip filler, it's way easier as a patient for lip filler than lip filler. Good. You okay? Does it feel like pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Perfect. That's all there is to it. Heather, can you do a quick close-up? Feel okay?
Yeah, not bad at all.
All right, so let's see if you can see the before and after. Can you sit forward just a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So one side versus the other. Do you guys see a difference there? That's great, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and lean back. And now again, this is just going to be reabsorbed by our body, but it's going to give us some collagen deposition. And if I were to do a tear trough filler, you would see something similar, probably even a little bit more dramatic from the tear trough filler. Keep your eyes closed, Shannon. Okay. Actually, sorry, right here. Great. And Shannon. Great job. Beautiful. Great. All right. And a little pressure again. Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
So PRP is also used in orthopedics to inject joints, muscles. It's been used for a while. Great job. Perfect. All right. Awesome. I'm going to do another close-up and see the rejuvenation. So play a little bit more.
Oh gosh.
Nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect. Okay, ready for step 2?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so Sherry's going to apply a little PRP to the eyelids because we want to also push a little bit of PRP from the top up. So I just went from the bottom up. Now we want to, I'm sorry, excuse me, from the top down. So. We use the skin pen. We used to have the clip system, but the skin pen was the first device to get clearance from the FDA. And that really makes a lot of difference in my opinion. So I switched to the skin pen and I'm gonna use this in a gentle setting to treat our eyelids. Right now we're gonna just treat the lower eyelids and we're gonna do the upper eyelids off camera. All right, you ready, Ken?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. All right, how was that?
Feels like a cat licking you.
A cat licking you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she said it feels like a cat licking you, so that's not too bad.
Mm-mm.
Awesome. And then what's that? You want to do tea? Okay, but we're not going to put any on it. We're going to do a peel after that. Okay, how was that? Good? Okay. All right, now, Shannon, we're going to do a little bit of the TCA. So this liquid will feel a little bit hot and stingy. But it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Perfect. Good job. Amazing. Great. Feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
Might feel a little hot. Do you have the fan?
Some girls too.
Okay, and then just fan from down here so it's away from hers. Okay, and that, my friends, is all there is to it. Shannon, how do you feel?
I feel great.
You don't feel like I've tortured you?
No, not today.
Not today. We'll save that for another day. Okay, so let's take another look. You can see for Shannon, there's not going to be too much downtime. They're going to look a little puffy. And I'm going to recommend that she not work out today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
There they are.
Looks good.
All right.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We will send you the pictures, I believe. And then please consider that promo because it's an awesome deal. I'd love to see you get that improvement. And let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.